We're the one for you.
Well, before we get down to business, this is just into us. The police are tonight reportedly dealing with a possible case of kidnapping. Reports indicate that a young man, Kimar Trotman, was allegedly abducted from his Johnsonland, Green Hill, St. Michael home by gunmen this afternoon at around 12:30. CBC News understands that the man was forced into the trunk of a vehicle and taken away. His brother, Shamelo Carter, spoke to CBC News this evening.
Right now, my brother is missing. He's a very easygoing person, don't get into trouble, nothing, don't get no complaints. Me and my brother, we never even get in an argument to bring police nor nothing. We don't do nothing. So, and he was kidnapped this afternoon around 11:30, 12 o'clock. By some assailants. People say there were 4 in a white Suzuki Liana, a white or a silver gray, not too sure, called ANC, and the people that see saw from a distance.
Well, he says his brother would have told him if anything was wrong. The young man is therefore appealing for the public's help to bring his brother home.
I want to tell the public, please, if anybody ever or know anything, just by some boy, he ain't that sort of person, he ain't got to go on like that.
Well, when contacted, Police Public Relations Officer, Acting Assistant Superintendent David Welch, said he could not comment on the situation at this time. In business tonight, strong indications that the American University of Barbados could be expanding in a big way soon. That facility operates at Lansdowne Silver Sands and has seen students from several countries studying here, including Africans, Indians and Americans. Education Minister Ronald Jones is happy about this development.
My latest statistics would suggest that in that combined group, there are over 70. By September of this year, I'm told that the number should now reach, again, because of their outreach to Africa as well, should only approach 200. By September, when we pass through these 2 semesters, there's really no vacation in these institutions. There's a constant movement of students through, but by 1st September, I've been told that we should have about 200 students and moving aggressively over the next 4 years to have about 1,000 students at that institution.
Mr. Jones says government will also be holding talks on January the 22nd with U.S. officials about new medical services to be offered on the island.
We have a meeting shortly with another institution who wants to establish medical services, education, medical services here in Barbados. But we have, again, we're still a small space. We're not inexhaustible, so we have to do a total measurement all the time. You've got to constantly evaluate in relation to how much, because again, every one person is transportation, is housing, is medical, there's a whole lot of things that impact.
Well, some segments of the private sector may be able to pass on savings arising from lower energy and fuel costs to consumers, but it may not be possible for all companies to do so. This is according to Alex MacDonald, the chairman of the Barbados Private Sector Association. He says the current financial position of companies and market forces may be the final determining factors. Mr. MacDonald made the comment in an interview with CBC News about whether reduced costs for fuel and energy will trickle down to consumers in terms of general goods and services.
I expect that all private sector persons will be looking to see how they can best be more competitive. Now, we also have to bear in mind too that for many months, maybe even a few years, some private sector companies have been bearing costs which they have had to carry. What we may see is some companies looking to recoup losses that they would have made over the time, use the savings that they would have gotten from the better fuel prices to top back up the coffers, and in anticipation, of course, for the fact that you may have the oil prices going the other way. So it's going to really be left up to the individual companies in a highly competitive marketplace to decide what they're going to do.
Here's a look now at how the stocks performed locally and regionally today.